July 2021, the world was hit with the Delta variant.
The highly contagious Delta variant now confirmed in every state in the country.
We begin with a growing threat as COVID restrictions relax. We're talking about the Delta variant.
The Delta variant, we could have a really serious problem with a considerable surge of infections.
How bad is the Delta variant? This variant is the most transmissible and deadliest variant of the coronavirus, according to experts from the World Health Organization. The chances of death were 133% higher with the Delta variant compared to the original strain. The rapid spread of the Delta coronavirus variant has forced a growing number of countries to reimpose lockdowns, causing job loss and children not being able to go to school. And though the scope of the pandemic was worldwide, it wasn't the only disaster that mankind would have to face.
Ukraine is now a nation at war.
An underwater volcano has erupted in the Pacific island nation of Tonga.
Extremely dangerous Cat 4 storm.
The landslides and severe flooding that has killed over 90 people in Brazil.
With the lockdown, inflation, economic crisis.
Inflation, higher interest rates, and the Ukraine war are setting the stage for a big financial crisis.
And the condition of the world worsening, the world experiencing social and civil unrest, even in the world's powerful countries. The effects of the pandemic and the events in the world today have a significant impact on the mental health of people.
Well, some of these negative effects include isolation, loneliness, and increased anxiety.
Global prevalence of anxiety and or depression increased by 25% in the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic, and the youth and women are more severely impacted. More than 7% of adults are diagnosed with depression, but people aged 12 to 25 have the highest rates of depression.
As a mental health therapist, I work with both children and adults, and I have seen many children and adults respond very negatively to these world events. Many children, when it came to interactions, they are having a hard time transitioning back to in school and how to make friends and sustain those relationships and how to also interact with adults that's not through the screen.
Because of the various policies that were put into place due to COVID-19 pandemic, many people were forced to isolate and put their lives on hold. Due to this isolation, the mental health of many were negatively affected. The lack of social interaction led some feeling of loneliness and detachment from others, which led to feelings of sadness, depression, anxiety. Many felt the fear of the unknown, led many people to feeling hopeless.
In times like this, when our patience, courage, and faith are tested, it may seem as though all hope is lost. While countries are beginning to open up and community lockdowns and quarantines are being lifted all over the world, Church of Christ members actively fulfill their worship services to God in the houses of worship.
Noon ay totoong napakatindi ng epekto ng pandemya. Bagamat hanggang ngayon, nararamdaman din natin, di ba? Sapagkat maraming nawalan ng hanap buhay, may mga nagkasakit, may mga nawalan ng mahal sa buhay, may mga kabataang natigil sa pag-aaral, nagkaroon ng mga lockdown. Noong magbukas at may sasagawa na yung pagsamba sa loob ng mga gusaling sambahan, ay ibinili ng ating tagapamahalang pangkalahatan ng kapatid na Eduardo B. Manalo. Sadyain yung mga kapatid. Ang isa naming nakita na bagamat ang ating mga kapatid ay dumaan sa ganung matitinding sitwasyon, kitang-kita mo yung pananabik sa kanila na makadalo ng mga pagsamba. Kitang-kita namin yung kanilang damdamin, yung ganap na paghahangad na dun sa pagdalo nila sa pagsamba, makakuha sila ng inspirasyon, doon sila humuhugot ng lakas, sapagkat yun naman ang aral na itinuro sa atin ng pamamakala batay sa mga salita ng Diyos na nakasulat sa Biblia.
When it comes to Iglesia ni Cristo Church of Christ members, as we join in offering our Thanksgiving every church anniversary, we remember that this work began because God made a promise. And God has been fulfilling that promise to help this mission, to strengthen it, to uphold it with His righteousness. And we can see that promise, it's been fulfilled since the time of that man He sent to first begin preaching the message. The minister of the gospel, Brother Felix Manalo, who was the first executive minister in these days, followed by Brother Eray Manalo when the church extended its missions outside the Philippines. And now, under Brother Eduardo Manalo, the church continued to expand, growing in numbers. The church continued to have more houses of worship. And the very reason that's happening, despite the economic problems around the world, despite the wars and inflation and poverty and pandemic all over the world, it's because God fulfills His promises. He blesses the Church of Christ.
During the pandemic alone, 355 newly ordained ministers have been added to the church, and 259 houses of worship have been dedicated to God.
Kitang-kita natin talagang ang Iglesia, kahit na ano pa ang sitwasyon ngayon, kahit gaanong kabigat yung problema, tuloy at nagtatagumpay. Pero ganun din sa individual na mga kapatid.
In spite of what is happening in the world, members of the Iglesia ni Cristo continue to extend help to those in need by means of aid to humanity efforts.
I think it's a great thing that the Church of Christ is doing so much mission work and trying to help so many communities, and it's a really beautiful thing. I really hope that the work is able to continue and flourish and grow, because the world definitely needs more of that.
Kung makikita natin, mga kapatid, patuloy na matatag, na naninindigan, nang hahawak sa kanilang kahalalan, masigla sa mga pagsamba, kasama pa rin sa mga aktibidad. Kaya nga sa mga kapatid, kahit ano pa pinagdadaanan, hayag na hayag kung paano tinulungan ng Diyos. Una, ang kabuuan ng Iglesia, maging sa individual na mga kapatid.
Bakit ang Iglesia ni Cristo? Ganito ang katangian na itataguyod ang lahat ng ating mga paglilingkod sa Diyos sapagkat pinalalakas niya tayo. Ang gusto namin mga kapatid, hindi lang sa kabuuan matupad yung pagpapalakas na yun, kundi sa bawat kaanib. Pero paano po mangyayari yan? Uulitin ko, magtiwala tayo sa Diyos, manghawak tayo sa Kanya. Huwag tayong papayag na hindi natin nagagawa yung ating mga paglilingkod sa Kanya. Pagtalagahan natin ang ating mga pagsamba, para nang sa ganon, yung kalakasang ibinibigay niya sa pagsamba, laging mataglay ng bawat isa sa atin.